right, if you don't put any input in here, you're not gonna get any output on the guitar. It's as simple as that. Now, we can't learn it all. Music is so deep, but that's what makes it exciting. So, I made all new supplemental materials for you. They'll be linked in my Dropbox. You have to go get those. Definitely leave me a comment and let me know what you think. All right, so the first thing we're gonna look at, and if you see me touching my iPad here, I just wanna make sure I'm touching. So look at this little slice of the circle of fifths. That's the main tool I use. That's linked down there too. I use it to this day, many years later. We're gonna be in the key of E major, C sharp minor. Now, if you see on this little chord wheel page I made for you, there's going to be a 4-chord progression. That's what you're gonna jam over at the end of this video. That's where you're gonna apply the knowledge I'm gonna give you, all right? So C sharp minor, that is actually the 6th chord. So you see how I put the little V, little I, 6, okay? C sharp minor, G sharp major. Now, I did put in parentheses parallel major because normally the 3 chord in a major key is minor, but we're doing the parallel major. So instead of playing G sharp minor, we're gonna play G sharp major, and then the 4 chord A, and then E major, okay? Now, what I really want you to focus on too are how those triads are made for each of these chords. Because we're gonna get into a G sharp phrygian mode or scale in just a minute, but before you do that, I want you to be very, very aware of where these triads are. So look at this next little supplemental page I made for you, okay? And let me know what you think of these. I really enjoy kind of writing this down. This is that input I'm doing and I get output on the guitar. So if you look, C sharp minor, see that little tiny 1, 3, 5 above C sharp, E, and G? That's the 1, 3, and 5. That's how you make a triad. I'm trying to push this even further from you. I want to make better videos for you, okay? So C sharp, here's that triad shape, okay? And then we'll go to G sharp major, G sharp, C, D, okay? Parallel major. And then A, C sharp, E. And then E, I'm gonna do the E triad up here. E, G sharp, B. So again, the 6th chord, 3 parallel major, not the minor 3, the 4 chord, and the 5. I kind of got the idea for this. I'm doing, which I'll link at the end of this. Check out, I'm doing a behind the scenes with my new band, and we're doing Say It Ain't So by Weezer. That's the chord progression in the verse. Now, I'm gonna make it really simple, very even bars, a bar of C sharp minor, bar of G sharp, bar of A, bar of E, and you're gonna solo over that, okay? Now, I did put on this note, you see, please note that G sharp is normally minor in the key of E. This time we're using the parallel major, okay? So get some of that vocabulary in your head. A lot of people get so confused by that, so G sharp major. Now, at the very top of this little chart, you see how I put E with the arrow? Okay, and I underlined the 1, 3, and 5 in the key of E. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp. You want to start, this is just like when you learn math as a kid. You just have to memorize this stuff. So, but again, if you don't put it in or you don't do the work, it's not going to happen. So go get the downloads from my Dropbox, linked in the description right now, and start studying this stuff. And tell me how I can make this better for you. This is my first crack at this. I said I was going to use this iPad Pro I got to make it better for you. And that's what I'm trying to do. All right, so let's kind of get to what you're going to see me do over the jam track. Right here, I just flipped over on my iPad to, this is G sharp phrygian, which has all the same notes as E major. Now, people get so confused by modes, how to use them. Just take your time, connect the dots, okay? So if you look at it, we're starting on the 3rd note. So G phrygian, G sharp phrygian. Phrygian's the 3rd mode of the major scale, okay? So G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, C all the sharps, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, okay? So just try and run that. Now, the reason I give it to you starting with the root on the 6th, on the low E, on the 6th string, is because that's just a great logical place to start. You know, I bet you 99% of you probably know all your notes on your E and A, but you struggle with the other strings. That's just kind of by default. Those are the roots for all the chords we learn how to play in the beginning. So just kind of run this scale back. Okay? I might have muffed that. But what I'm going to do over the jam track is I'm going to go very slow. I'm going to play the G sharp. Oh, sorry. Phrygian. Okay? And And then watch, I think I do a thing where I start on the E. Again, if you start on the E and run inside of the scale, boom, right? Right, see that? I just ran the E major scale. It's all the starting point where you start from, but more from that later. Now, one more important note about this G sharp Phrygian mode, all right? Now, the only reason I put the E major off to the side is just to keep you, I need you to keep that relationship in your head, all right? So third mode in parentheses, G sharp Phrygian, third mode of the key of E major, all right? All the notes are the same. You have to figure out all these little points, these anchor points to get around on the neck, okay? So one thing you're gonna see too, try and go, just slide up the octave to the 16th fret and do the scale head. Okay, try and do that. Now, the triad, you see how I put in yellow, I highlighted C sharp, E, G? There is your C major, C minor triad, okay? So, okay, major triad on G sharp, major triad on A, and major triad on E. So again, download all those materials, you got this. We gotta take it one step at a time, but if you don't do your homework like this, it's just not gonna work for you. So I watched a bunch of videos on mind mapping, just how to become more efficient at note taking and how to break down information to identify gaps. I'm learning just like you. I'm trying to get better at this every day, but if you don't try and put in the time, it's not gonna happen. All right, so watch what I do over the jam track. Do pay attention. It's very simple. You need to use your ears, and you need to hear the relationship of these notes, these scales, these triads over the chord progression. And essentially, that's how you start learning how to solo using triads. You start combining rhythm and melody into one like cohesive like machine, all right? And that's when it gets really fun, all right? So check me jamming. I'm gonna wrap it up, and then we're gonna get you on your way. You'll jam over the same drum and bass track. Here we go. All right, if you saw what I did there, it was very basic. Just take that G sharp Phrygian mode and just pay attention to the notes in there. You have to limit yourself. Do as much as you can within that one scale, okay? And this is how you start learning how to think on your feet in jam situations with other musicians, when you've got to improv over a song. If you know, you start connecting the dots, connect the dots, connect the dots. I say it all the time, all right? So again, if you made it this far, drop Jellyfish after your comment. Please drop a comment. How can I make these videos better for you? I'm trying my best. You gotta try your best. So check out the links. Main link, checkout, is gonna be in the comment section of this video to our newsletter. It's growing super fast, so stoked. I love writing it with my co-author for you guys. You guys are amazing. Here's some links to some other videos that you should check out. Guitar, music, life, you just gotta love it. It's so fun. So remember, only you can stop you. You will not stop. You will keep going. I will see you in the next video. Here's your jam track. Get those charts, get that information I made for you, and keep going. Peace.